George Miller had always believed he was doing everything right. No cigarettes, no beer, no late nights, just hard work, a steady marriage, and a cup of milk every morning, the same habit his mother taught him 60 years ago. At 68, George's hands were still strong enough to fix a fence, lift his grandkids, and mow the lawn every Sunday, until one ordinary morning, his heart simply refused to cooperate. It wasn't a heart attack, not yet, but it was a warning, and the real killer wasn't stress or age. It was hiding right there on his plate. When George came in, his numbers were textbook American, not terrible, not great, just average. But average is what's killing most of us. Cholesterol creeping up, blood pressure rising, a lifetime of normal choices slowly building into one deadly storm. Dr. Lee has spent 5 decades studying the human heart, not just in the lab, but in life. She's seen men collapse after a jog, women with perfect weight but clogged arteries, and patients who believed a little butter couldn't hurt. Then she says something that cuts through the silence, the line that will carry the story forward. It's not the heart that suddenly fails, it's the food that slowly poisons it. Most of us think heart attacks strike out of nowhere, but the truth? They're built bite by bite, from foods we trust, habits we never question, and labels that promise heart healthy but hide something far darker. So when Dr. Lee told George that his heart wasn't broken yet, it was negotiating for time, he made a promise. He'd uncover the 5 silent killers that nearly took him away from his family and learn how to eat in a way that made his heart stronger every single day. In the next chapter, we'll expose those 5 invisible killers and show you how to rebuild a heart that never quits. But first, remember this: the heart doesn't fail overnight. It whispers for years before it screams. He didn't smoke, he didn't drink, but at 68, his heart nearly stopped because of 5 foods he thought were healthy. A week after his scare, George began a quiet investigation, not into his heart, but into his pantry. Every jar, every box, every healthy item he thought he understood. What he found changed everything. Words that sounded safe: low-fat, cholesterol-free, fortified with vitamins. But when Dr. Lee joined him for breakfast, she called them what they really are: disguises. These labels trick us into thinking we're making good choices, but behind every promise is something the food industry doesn't want you to read. Killer number 1, the sweet illusion. This one's the most deceptive. When fat is removed, flavor disappears, and sugar steps in. Lots of it. The average American over 50 consumes nearly 70 pounds of hidden sugar every year, not from candy, but from foods that pretend to be healthy. For the heart, sugar acts like acid on metal, corroding arteries, stiffening vessels, and inflaming the very tissue that pumps life through your veins. When you eat too much sugar, your blood becomes sticky. It's not just about weight gain, it's about blood flow. Your heart has to work harder to push that thick syrup through tiny capillaries. Killer number 2, the fake fats. These are the fats we were told to love in the 90s. Vegetable oils, margarine, shortening. But what no one told us is how unstable they are. When heated, these oils release compounds called oxidized lipids, microscopic toxins that scar artery walls. The body patches those scars with cholesterol, and that's how plaque begins. So cholesterol's not the villain? No, it's the firefighter rushing to put out the flames we keep starting. The real enemy isn't cholesterol itself. It's the inflammation caused by fake fats that were once marketed as heart-safe. Killer number 3, the silent white grain. For decades, bread was called the staff of life, but modern flour isn't the same. It's been stripped, bleached, and loaded with quick-burning starch that spikes blood sugar faster than a candy bar. When your blood sugar jumps, insulin rushes in to control it. Do that enough times, and your cells stop listening. That's the beginning of insulin resistance, and eventually, heart failure. They're connected. Diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's. They all start from the same flame: chronic inflammation. Killer number 4, the hidden sodium trap.
Even when we skip the salt shaker, sodium hides where we least expect it. Canned soups, sauces, frozen dinners. One serving, 1,200 milligrams. That's half your entire day's limit in one bowl. Too much sodium doesn't just raise blood pressure. It stiffens arteries, damages kidneys, and weakens the very muscle that keeps the heart beating. So even when you tried to eat light, you was still overloading my system. That's how most Americans do it, not by eating too much, but by eating what's mislabeled. Killer number 5, the overcooked protein. Protein keeps us strong, but when cooked at high temperatures, it releases compounds known as AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These chemicals accelerate aging, not just on your skin, but inside your arteries. They make blood vessels stiff, collagen brittle, and the heart muscle less elastic. Cooking slower, steaming, or using herbs like rosemary, it's not just culinary advice, it's cardiology. 5 invisible killers, each small, each familiar, and each perfectly legal. The same foods lining every grocery aisle, every cafeteria, every breakfast table across America. Because once you know what's destroying your heart, you can finally learn how to heal it, naturally, from the inside out. In the next chapter, Dr. Lee will reveal the healing switch hidden in every heart and the simple, natural foods that can reverse years of damage.
2 months ago, George's world stopped for a moment, and in that stillness, something remarkable began. Because just like nature, the human body has an incredible power to renew, to rebuild, to heal, if we give it the right conditions. The heart is not a machine that simply wears out. It's a living organ that regenerates, cell by cell, every single day. The body's hidden repair system. See this? These aren't just pipes. They're lined with living cells, endothelium, and they're constantly rebuilding themselves. Every 90 days, your body replaces nearly all the cells lining your arteries. If those cells are fed the right nutrients, the repair is smooth. If they're inflamed, the repair turns into scar tissue. That's how blockages form. But the beautiful thing? You can reverse it just by changing what you feed those cells. The natural repair nutrients. Science now confirms what ancient traditions always knew. Food can heal, because food is information. Think of your meals as messages to your body. You can tell your heart to heal or to hurt. Dr. Lee guided George to 5 powerful healing messengers. Omega-3s from wild salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed that calm inflammation and soften arteries. Nitrates in beets, spinach, and arugula that relax blood vessels and improve oxygen flow. Antioxidants from berries, turmeric, and green tea that protect heart cells from oxidative damage. Magnesium in avocado, pumpkin seeds, and leafy greens that helps control blood pressure naturally. And polyphenols in olive oil, cocoa, and pomegranates that repair endothelial function. Medicine can manage disease, but nutrients, they can reverse it. The healing switch, a metabolic reset. Inside each cell lies a switch, a biological circuit called AMPK, often called the longevity enzyme. When activated, it tells your body to stop storing fat and start repairing itself. Fasting, light exercise, and plant-rich meals flip that switch. It's your body's built-in self-cleaning mode, like spring cleaning for your arteries. As George practiced gentle fasting, finishing dinner by 6 p.m., skipping late snacks, his body began to restore balance. Your blood sugar stabilizes, inflammation drops, and the heart gets the signal. It's time to repair. And week by week, something astonishing happened. His energy rose, his chest felt lighter, and his doctor quietly reduced his medication dose. The mind-heart connection. But healing isn't just physical. Dr. Lee reminded him that stress, silent and constant, can undo all progress. When your body is in fight or flight mode, your arteries constrict. It doesn't matter what you eat, your chemistry turns toxic. So George began a new morning ritual. 5 minutes of stillness. No screens, no news, just breathing. Each exhale, a message to your heart. You're safe. And research backs it up. Mindfulness and gratitude lower blood pressure, reduce arrhythmia, and increase heart rate variability,
a sign of deep recovery. The quiet transformation. 3 months later, George's new checkup brought results even his doctor didn't expect. His cholesterol had dropped below 150. His arteries showed signs of reduced inflammation. His resting heart rate calm and steady. And for the first time in years, George didn't just live another day. He earned it. The human heart was never meant to fail, only to be forgotten. Feed it right, move it gently, calm it often, and it will remember how to heal itself.
They say once a heart breaks, it never returns to the same rhythm. But George learned something different, that sometimes it beats stronger than before. Because true healing isn't a finish line. It's a rhythm, one you learn to dance with day after day. The morning reset. Each morning, George begins not with caffeine, but with calm. A glass of warm lemon water, a few slow breaths, and quiet gratitude. It's not about perfection. It's about sending your body one clear message at the start of each day. You're safe. You can heal. Studies show that morning rituals lowering cortisol, even simple ones, help stabilize blood pressure, reduce heart strain, and improve overall longevity. The 80% rule. Eating for energy, not emotion. Dr. Lee taught George what the Okinawans have known for centuries, hara hachibu. Eat until you're 80% full. It's not deprivation, it's respect. When you stop before you're stuffed, you give your heart room to breathe. Now George eats slower, chews longer, and treats every meal as medicine. He avoids processed oils, hidden sugars, and refined grains, but not out of fear, out of freedom. The joy isn't in restriction, it's in returning to what's real. The 30-minute promise. Every afternoon, you keeps a quiet promise. 30 minutes of movement. Not punishment, not performance, just rhythm. Walking, stretching, breathing in life again. Your heart loves motion. It doesn't matter if it's running, gardening, or dancing in your kitchen. Each beat strengthens the next. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows even light daily activity can lower heart attack risk by up to 50%. The night wind down. At night, George guards his peace. No screens, no late snacks, just quiet, a gift to his heart. During deep sleep, your heart repairs itself the most. It's your body's sacred maintenance time. And as the clock slows, his pulse does too. Soft, steady, grateful. The philosophy of the heart-proof life. I used to think health was about avoiding death. Now I see it's about embracing life. That's the secret most people miss. The goal isn't just to prevent disease, it's to create vitality so strong disease can't take hold. Heart-proof living isn't about supplements or strict diets. It's about alignment between what you eat, how you move, and how you feel about yourself. Because a peaceful heart beats longer, and a grateful one, stronger. The heart is the only muscle that never rests. Maybe that's why it responds so beautifully to love, for others, and for yourself. And so George's story ends, not with fear, but with a quiet invitation. To eat with intention, to breathe with awareness, to live in rhythm with your own heartbeat. Because every beat you have left is a chance to begin again. Maybe this isn't just George's story. Maybe it's ours. The story of every heartbeat that's been overworked, every life that's been too busy to listen, and every soul that still believes it's not too late to start again. Your heart doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for kindness in how you eat, how you move, and how you think about yourself. If this story moved you, take a moment to share it with someone you love, because healing starts with awareness, and one shared story can save a life. This is not the end. It's your beginning. Listen to your heart, and let it lead you home.